Woo! That's some good tobacco, man. My girl is camera shy, so she's off camera. Bill Maher. Does anyone else see in there? Woo!
So he got the White House again, but he's not going to get my mind.
All right.
Okay, here we are talking about it. Okay.
My girl over here, she's a Trump lover.
We're aggressive. It's in the name. It's the product you're selling. But, you know, it interferes with virtue signaling, and you're always safe to say, thank you, one guy. I mean, take something like pot. I know I will.
Woo! Cheers to that.
The fact that I can travel this country now without sweating bullets like I did for years and years, worrying that the fucking dog at the airport was going to knock me out because he found a roach in my shaving kit or something. I swear to God, for years. This is how I traveled. I took this much pot and I put it in Kleenex in a ball and hid it under my nuts.
Yeah, you talked about that a long time ago.
I swear to God I did that. I smoked my own ball sweat for like 30 years on the road, and now I don't have to. The first time I went to a legal dispensary, after
I remember that.
I was like literally emotional. Really, I remember saying to the guy, thank you. Thank you for opening this place and making me feel like a free citizen. And he said, sir, this is a Baskin Robbins. So,
he was already high.
where the story breaks down, but that's progress. That's how it happens. Obama was against gay marriage his whole first term. Am I mad at him? No. That's how progress happens. You know? But the
man, it's a big ass theater.
Have this idea in their head that, you know, people who lived 500 years ago really should have known better. Yeah, like you would have. You know, George Washington had slaves. Yeah, so did everybody back then, including people of color.
Yeah, even black people, Native Americans, everybody.
The Greeks did it, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Arabs, the British, all the way up to P. Diddy. This last year changed the law of when you could eligibly marry. It was 14. And now it's 16, which I'm not kidding. They raised it from 14 to 16, which is still too young. 16, a lot of these kids haven't even started transitioning yet. Can't we give them time to be kids and do the things kids have always done, like get read to by drag queens? Just normal. We're good people. We like drag queens. We're good people. Okay, but can we never get real?
He's being sarcastic.
I want from super woke to QAnon in this crowd.
Whoa.
What? No QAnon people?
No.
I love the QAnon people. The QAnon people, they think that Democrats
that's your fault, right?
Eat babies.
The QAnon.
What?
And that they're pedophiles. And I don't think you can do both.
You don't know what QAnon is? That's your far right. That's your people. You got to take them into your little bunch. It's like we take the crazy far left. We got to.
No, you said those are not your people.
I'm Andrew Yang, Ford Party all the way. I was literally campaigning in the streets. What's happening? Did you ever campaign for your little side Republican thing on the streets?
I just went to the
I don't give about the convention stuff. I'm talking about like really campaigning.
That's what do you mean?
By pushing, you know.
Going to the whatever he did.
Sure.
No, the QAnon people think that Hillary Clinton ran a pedophile ring out of a,
they really think
pizza
that.
parlor in Washington, D.C. They believe in Jewish space lasers, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the world's elite are lizard people. Yeah, like George Bush was one and Queen Elizabeth. They're, you see them out, they look normal, but, sometimes you catch them.
And they also thought that JFK was going to come back like 2 years ago or something. So they were all waiting at Elm Street where he got shot in Dallas. They were waiting for him, like 1,000 people, all QAnon, Trumpers. They were all waiting for him to come back. Crazy.
What a pleasure it is after 2 years of having to hear laughs through masks.
Oh, God. This is where I disagree with him on.
These beautiful faces. And if you still have a mask, I completely respect that. I think you're a fucking idiot, but I completely respect
Hit that about him, man.
Well, I mean, unless you have some serious condition. And then why are you out? It's like, It was like a, boy, I had a weird dream. We were eating dinner in the parking lot.
Hell yeah.
You've been to Cirque du Soleil, right? There's little people flying all. Well, we don't need to give them a hand here. It's not really about them, this bit. But no net. 2 of them had masks on. I swear to God.
No way.
Because you wouldn't want to do anything dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. That's my thing about, who has the mask. It's Gen Z. It's like, who do I see walking outside alone with the mask on? What a bunch of pussies that Gen.
See, he doesn't get it. Gen Z, they love it. Because is that word I can't pronounce? I told you before, anonymity?
Anonymity?
I can't say that word. Anonymity. They like not to be recognized in the street. So they wear it while they're walking. Nobody wants to be seen sometimes. That's why they wear it. They love that shit. But he's a boomer. He doesn't really understand why kids think that way. To me, motherfuckers, if you got even the flu now, you should wear a mask too, like they do in Japan and China, like for not to infect others. And I'll be getting on your side. 'Cause usually your side will be getting mad about the mask. I said, what do you normally do when you cough or sneeze in public? Before or after the pandemic? You go like this, you turn your head. Why do you do that?
I don't think people had much of an issue regarding them wearing the mask.
They did. They did. They hated just wearing a piece of cloth over their fucking face.
My major issue was it was mandatory for them. That's what they didn't like. They were forced.
Yeah, I get that, but it has to be mandatory because you're looking out for others, especially the elderly. People
don't think they don't. There's people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, those people who hated that, they call themselves patriotic. They were not patriotic. Because if you're doing it to better your country, they could get out of that situation.
But they were not thinking that way.
I know they're selfish.
They're basically saying, "Why is the government telling me what I have to?"
Yeah, because they're selfish assholes. I know. And he's one of them. And he's like a liberal guy. He's one of them. He's one of those.
That's because that's what I'm saying. It's not so much wearing the mask. That's what he's saying. Unless you have a chronic thing, a chronic issue, great, wear the mask. That's what he said.
But even he said, don't go out in public.
No, but he's saying, but what are you doing out in public? But that's what I'm saying. Their issue isn't wearing the mask.
The
issue is the wearing of the mask being mandatory.
No, I think it's just wearing the mask, because even if it wasn't mandatory, they wouldn't wear it on their own.
No,
they would never wear it.
It's the same reason why they were upset with the vaccine, because they were making it mandatory.
That was wrong. But that was even now I'm against the vaccines a little bit. Like, it hasn't fully, even now it hasn't fully been studied for real. You're pretty much getting COVID a little bit, just like the flu, a little bit. Just a little bit, just enough to build up your immune system.
And they've been making vaccines for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, but this beast of COVID is not like the flu. This is a very strong virus. So in order for the vaccine to be effective, in order for your immune to be built up, the vaccine has to be almost just as strong as the virus. And even just a little bit of that COVID, because it was man-made, really, it could really mess you up in the long term. We don't know.
But that's gonna be the thing.
Well, not the flu vaccine. Even I'll take that. The flu, it mutates. But the COVID one, as an animal, it's a beast right there, man.
Over the years, they pulled them off the market because they said they were safe and effective, and then found out they weren't safe or effective.
Yep. You gotta have a certain body type not to be affected by it. Hopefully, in the long run, nobody will. But it's like a dice game. Like, you don't know if you're gonna be screwed up by the vaccine or the virus.
I'm very supportive of the trans community. I'm also super supportive of free speech, and I love anybody who won't let the mob tell them what to say about anything. People say to me, Bill, you make fun of the left more than you used to. Yeah, fuck right I do. And part of it is because it has free speech. I take it a little personally. They do this all the time. They do something nutty, and then they blame me for noticing.
What if the Republicans now are centrists, or in the middle, compared to what, you know what I'm saying? Like, people ideology change. And what if the left, because Democrats are the crazy ones now on the far left? Yeah, maybe, yeah. Like, we're talking about QAnon, right? Republicans, they don't really cater to the QAnon people. They're there, but
whatever side you're talking about. They want to cater to everybody, and that's impossible.
They want to what?
They want to cater to everybody.
They want to cater to everybody. That is impossible.
That's not a realistic.
That's real.
That's not a realistic.
So the Democrats, they want to like cater to, my God, every fucking the gay, black, Latino.
And there's a quote by I don't know who that says, "If you're a friend to everybody, you're a friend to no one."
Yeah.
So that's where they're going wrong.
That's why they lost.
That's where they're.
And I know the Republicans, they don't really cater to the QAnon far right crazy ones.
Yeah.
They don't talk crap about them, but they don't like cater to them. And man, that's real. That's real. So he said, I'm not a Republican, but maybe he is. He doesn't even know it. So maybe not. I am, and I don't even know it.
They thought they were the majority.
They really thought that. They thought their numbers were strong.
Yeah, that's it.
They really thought that.
They didn't understand that they feel they're their majority because they don't get out of their little bubble of comfort zone. Mm-hmm. The rest of the country didn't feel that way, and it was showed during the election.
Yeah.
People, I mean, you can be understanding, you can be, accept anybody and feel that everybody has a right to do whatever they want. But there are certain things that they were taking too far. And those things is what got them to do.
And they're always blaming the underprivileged when they should be blaming the overprivileged. And then they...
Yeah.
Stop making fun of Biden's age. You're going to help Trump. Right, like no one would have noticed otherwise. I let the cat out of the bag about Biden's age. So you can threaten me with whatever label you want. I don't bend the knee. If you do something goofy, I'm going to call you out no matter where you are on the spectrum.
Good.
I speak to a different group of people who are not ideologically captured by either side.
Right here.
Democrats, independents.
Yeah.
And non-drooling Republicans. That's my constituency.
That's you, right, baby? You're a non-drooling Republican.
Of the extremes, as I am. Tired of
You're smart. You're a very smart woman.
Extremists who control the debate, but are
she really is, y'all. She's fucking brilliant.
Close to a majority.
Good ass ideas every time.
Tired of the hating and the haters. There are country music stars now with face tattoos.
Jelly rolls.
Wrote a book about being a hillbilly called Hillbilly Elegy, and in it he says when he was 8 years old, he lived with his grandma, who was born in 1933 in Kentucky and had 19 shotguns.
Man.
And he says to her, I think I'm gay, which I completely related to, because when I was 8 years old, well, they hadn't invented homosexuality, but I knew what it was like to only like boys, because girls have cooties when you're 8. So he goes to his grandmother, and he says, Grandma, am I gay? And she says, this is word for word in the book, she says, JD, do you want to suck dicks?
Damn.
And he says, no, I don't. And she says, well, then you're not gay, but even if you did want to suck dicks, God would still love you. Okay, well, you know what?
That's a rough grandma, huh?
But this guy is everything. You know, he's stupid, and he's horny, and he's crazy, and he's fat, and he's hot for his daughter, and he has a mushroom dick, according to... A mushroom dick, really? She hints that there's a sex tape, and that we could actually get to see Trump's penis. And also, it's in Sean Hannity's mouth. That's
She's not laughing.
That's what we do.
When he makes fun of Trump.
Well, you gotta give Trump this. I mean, the skill at performance. Shoot at my head. I trust you. But just graze me. It's a new shirt. I don't want to get a lot, And who to perform this incredible feat of marksmanship? McLovin from the movie Superbad. And you have to admit that a shot was fired because there was a guy behind Trump, right, who got hit and died.
Yeah.
By the way, that is so on brand.
But how come there's no funeral for the guy? The firefighter. There was no big funeral, no cover, nothing. And there was no GoFundMe. There's always a GoFundMe for anybody who gets killed like that publicly.
Who paid for it then? Trump paid for it.
Are you 100% sure about that?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did it.
Oh yeah, we gotta look that one up. But even the assassin, he disappeared.
They didn't want to give him that spotlight. That's why. Because it was 2 assassinations attempts. during the campaign.
Yeah.
So they didn't talk about it. They didn't do anything because they didn't want to give him that exposure because it made him look like a badass. But everybody saw him as that anyway.
I guess, yeah, maybe. But how would you explain Luigi? Why they keep covering him and covering him and covering him?
Because they do want to give him the spotlight because he's good.
Because what?
Because they do want to give him that spotlight.
Why? Why him?
Because it's news.
Because it's news?
Yeah, because they get ratings.
The guy who would try to assassinate the president about being the running president. I mean, campaigning, whatever. That's a big deal. We should know his whole fucking entire life.
But they didn't want to give him the spotlight. They don't want Trump to win, especially the news people.
Yeah, maybe.
Isn't it? I mean, he's Jesus in reverse. Other people die for his sins. Immediately, they had the narrative. God did it. I mean, the blood had not dried on his foundation. When they divine intervention. What does God say about him? Yeah, shit happens. I can't be everywhere. I mean, that's always been my thing about religion.
Really. Here we go.
Too easy. God, and he said he's starting a new religion, and he wants me, a complete loser with nothing going on in my life,
loser,
to be his infallible wingman here on earth. Isn't that awesome? When people ask the question, what happens when I die? They don't want to hear, nothing. No, they want to hear, They want to hear, we have a post-life package that I think. Mormons believe that if you have a good marriage here on earth, in the afterlife, you and your wife get to rule over your own planet.
Yeah, that's true.
Perk, is it not? I love the Muslims. They go right to, you get pussy. What do you think about that? Pussy, pussy, pussy everywhere.
What about Muslim women? Like, what do they get when they
go?
You know what I'm saying?
Religion and politics, very similar in that way. That it's a lot about promises. What did this guy ever keep a promise to? I mean, the healthcare, remember that thing? He was amazing, something terrific.
That's what I'm saying.
Didn't even come up with concepts of a plan. He is the typical over-promising con man. He's the guy who says to the woman, I am going to give you the best orgasm you ever had. And then comes putting on the condom. This is so... He couldn't even build the wall to stop Mexicans from coming here and taking...
Why did he stop talking about this? The wall. It's over there. That's crazy, right? I didn't even think about that. He just stopped talking about it. Like, fuck it. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I get it. Because you know what? Sometimes I take the drive up from L.A. to San Francisco and you pass mile after mile of lettuce fields and I'm just burning up in the car. God damn, these bastards have it all locked up. I wanted to get in on that and... a caravan of brown walkers heading north to take your jobs. Take your job. I love you too. Time to declare your love, but I appreciate it.
A fellow stoner, probably.
Immigrants don't like the relentless negativity about a country they work so hard to get to.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They're not obsessed with what happened 400 years ago.
No.
And they don't see this country only through shit-stained glasses. Ask them why they came here, and they will tell you.
Money.
Ron DeSantis put them on a plane. But also the other stuff. No, I don't get it. Not because I'm old, because your ideas are stupid. That's what I don't get. New isn't automatically better. I could come in here tomorrow and go, hey, from now on, let's eat in the bathroom and shit in the kitchen. It's new. Nobody ever gets canceled for being too woke. That's how you get things like men can get pregnant.
Good point.
And everybody's like, yeah, absolutely. I've always said that. Of course. I saw a dude today glowing.
Dude. Him and John Cryer, the guy from 2.5 Men. Not Charlie Sheen, but the other guy. John Cryer. He's ultra far left, woke crazy. And holy shit, he showed his side. I mean, I give it to him. He didn't back down. And he didn't back down. And they were at it like pit bulls. To the point where he was like, you know what, let's stop talking politics. wow, like I respect the fact that he didn't step, back down, but fucking lunatic.
Is there anything more cringeworthy than the apologies that we have to listen to from people so often
The
that
fake
sound
apology.
like they're right out of a Soviet re-education camp where you thank your accusers. Thank you for the opportunity to learn what a repulsive shitbag I am. And I will try to do better. Oh, fuck off. It was a Halloween costume. Nobody died, okay? When they're about to, like, put in a mini mall or whatever the fuck they're going to do anyway, they have a little ceremony so they can tell you how bad they feel about it first. We are standing on land that rightfully belongs to the proud Chumash people. Okay, either give it back or shut the fuck up. All right.
Hell yeah, they're gonna do it anyway.
Come on. Like you'd really rather have a teepee there than your Starbucks. It's been taken over by stupid white people. And there's not one right there. Not a stupid white. They went after Dr. Seuss. Yes, that Dr. Seuss.
That's right.
Author of Green Eggs and Ham and other controversial works. Like if you're drawing a Jewish person, I would make that nose very small. Very small. Like Michael Jackson after the third operation. Small. They just like to find something to bitch about. Bitches and snitches. That's what this
Well, yeah. I like what he said, they wake up offended.
If we had been saying little people, then they would have been, oh, for God's sake, Bill, use a proper term like midget. Jesus Christ.
That's so fucking real.
Don't call them little people.
That's real. Like, I like that these are majority of us, they didn't fuck with that Latinx shit. No, we ain't, no. The majority. There's a few dumbasses out there, but.
Midget. And then somebody would have come along. No, they're the we. We call them the we now. Wokeism is somehow an extension of liberalism, but more often it's the opposite. Let me give you 10 million examples. Homeless. You're not supposed to say that word anymore. It's people experiencing homelessness. I don't think that goes far enough. I think we should call them wonderful, well-meaning people who, through no fault of their own, are taking a dump on my driveway.
Yeah.
I believe it's
Man.
we should do.
That was my sister's house.
Called Comic Relief. Remember Comic Relief?
Ooh, the 80s. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we're good liberals. We thought we were doing... The compassionate view was... Get the homeless off the street.
Yeah.
That's not the woke view. Their view of the homeless is they're an endangered species that needs to be protected in their natural habitat.
Yeah. Leave them where they are.
Living their best life under a bridge.
Yeah.
Colleges, every year, many colleges put out lists of words and phrases we are not supposed to say anymore. Really dangerous stuff like master bedroom.
Oh, my God.
White paper, blacklist.
White paper.
It's bad enough they took away the R word, which is so desperately needed.
They came back.
This country
it's already back.
So R. Reservation, I guess that's offensive to Indians, but what are you supposed to say when you go out to dinner?
Jesus.
Hi, we're supposed to eat here?
We're scheduled to eat here?
Listen to this. Okay, so, Mr. Beast, the YouTuber, he puts all these amazing
my God, man. Check this out,
stunts,
man.
often for charity.
He got in trouble for helping people.
Called Cured 1,000 People of Disability. Paid for a tent. All these doctors come in. They restored eyesight to 1,000 people. Good thing, right? Wrong!
No.
Mr. Beast seems to regard disability as something that needs to be solved. Okay, people. Do you see what I'm talking about with the crazy? Please, is anyone else saying, if I have a disability, do something.
Please.
Fix me. I won't be insulted, okay? Do what you have to do. Steal stem cells from a frog.
Fuck yeah.
AI. I don't know, harvest organs, whatever the fuck you have to do. But don't sit around and talk about how awesome
fucking
I am.
harvest organs,
Just as good as you,
goddamn.
despite whatever fucked up thing I have. Fix me. Like it's cooler to be differently able. Mainstream over there with all his limbs. Scientific American now believes that the only reason the Los Angeles Lakers would reliably crush any WNBA team is because of societal bias. And the Atlantic agrees. Reinforces the idea that men are bigger, stronger, and faster than women. A notion that's been disputed by scientists for years. It has? Where? The New England Journal of What the Fuck? It hasn't been challenged anywhere, and it's not just an idea. We spoil the kids so much, they think you can change reality just by screaming at it. We raise kids wrong. Like they're just shorter adults.
New kids.
Always blowing smoke.
Not Gen X.
They're children. They're stupid like dogs.
Damn. I don't know about that.
There's no good jobs. Yeah, because you majored in queer poetry of the Asian diaspora. Of course there's no jobs. You went to a 4-year date. That is when you weren't protesting for terrorist organizations.
No, that's why I disagree with him. No, don't clap for that. Nobody's for Hamas, or very few are. Come on.
It's like rooting for the planes on 9/11.
No.
I say that's like rooting for the planes on...
No.
I knew you'd agree with me if you just gave it a minute.
Because you're wrong right there.
Make sure to bring your Queers for Palestine t-shirt. They're very popular over there. 5 years ago, penises meant something. Now it's like, congratulations, you had a boy. Well, let's not be hasty.
Wow.
I'm not mocking this or making fun of, but they cut the flesh out of your thigh.
Oh, that's so weird.
And forevermore, you have a dick-shaped scar. Some of this is also just trendy. Some of this is a TikTok challenge that got out of hand. I wanted to be a pirate. Thank God they didn't take me seriously and schedule me for eye removal and peg leg surgery. One more thing about this, and then I'll go back to making fun of Republicans. But
there's so much material, man.
The Democrat ads, not one of them ever uses the word liberal. Because it's got so mixed up with woke bullshit that they're embarrassed by it. But the Republicans cannot say the word conservative enough. It's a conservative Brad Goonsberg. It's a conservative for conservative Pennsylvania. Brad Goonsberg will kill criminals and bomb Mexico and tear the dress off your son. Brad Goonsberg, conservative. Turn electric cars into electric chairs. Brad Goonsberg is a conservative. And those aren't even the scary Republican ads. Just a guy with a gun.
In the truck.
Shooting at some shit he don't like. In a truck. Gun, truck, gun. Me like these things you like, not me.
Hell yeah.
It's on that level. It's amazing what Republicans like these days. I would never have guessed. Russia?
What's up with that?
Russia. Fox News loves Russia. We know a lot now about the typical Fox News viewer. Their average age is between 65 and decomposing. They're overwhelmingly white. They feel very cheated, and they think of themselves as very patriotic. If you think what happened on January 6th, attacking the U.S. Capitol to overturn a free and fair election, is an act of patriotism, you're in a bigger bubble than the one I just described on the left. Okay?
There you go.
I'm no constitutional scholar.
Hell yeah. Get them both, man.
But I don't think it says, in case of loss, install your guy anyway. So yes, I'll say it again. The left is infuriating with their aggressively anti-common sense agenda. But that can be handled through normal legislative means and elections. But what the right is doing, not conceding elections, no. When that's gone, it's gone forever. It's like your virginity. And then you're a whore. Is that what you want to be, America? A whore? The only reason we had a smooth transition is that the one party in this country that still concedes elections lost. That's the only reason it was smooth. And the system still sucks. I mean, the Electoral College? It's the only thing worse than regular college. I mean, if Thomas Jefferson was alive, he would have two questions. One, Hamilton gets a musical before me? Why are there 2 Dakotas? Why is there 1?
What happens over there, man?
More people in California named Dakota. And the 11 Berkeley students who are now living in the tree. It's not knocking kids. Kids are wonderful and important. They assembled my phone. But this is why anal is so popular these days. No, really. Because, condoms break, pills can fail, but no sperm ever made it out of the shit chute alive. It's a real selling point. Sorry, unborn, there's 8 billion of us here already. We won't miss you. What can I say? How could we? We never met you, and you never met us. How could you miss us? This is not a tragedy.
That's an atheist right there.
Bill. Remember Jeffrey Epstein? And he hung himself in his jail cell, and there was this big debate. Did he really hang himself in his jail cell, or was he killed in there to keep his mouth shut? But nobody went, what a shame about Jeff.
Nobody gave a damn.
I heard about it. I was sick all day. Whenever a child molester goes to prison, the other prisoners always kill the child molester.
Yeah.
I love this about prisoners. I
do. Woo! Hell yeah.
I find this so adorable that they have standards. You, sir, are not welcome in this establishment. I'm disgusted with the other hatchet murderers, rapists, thieves, cannibals, and serial killers. You do not represent our core values, so you will have...
They don't. Women and children are off limits.
Come on. I'm not anti-religion.
You're not.
You're right. I am very anti. You're right. You got me. Circumcision. I'm a huge fan. Couldn't live in the world without circumcision because I watch porn, and how can you look at that thing, let alone put it in your mouth? And if you have one, I'm just kidding. Not really. Cut that shit off. It's the 21st century. You're grossing everybody out. I tell you, I'm going to be, on my next birthday, 69, which when you're...
Ooh, man. Oh, gee.
You're supposed to, do the alphabet with your tongue when you're going down on them.
What?
I didn't remember the alphabet when you're getting your dick sucked. I was like, A, F, with Chinese. It's 2,000 letters and a lot of curlicues.
Oh, my God.
For the pagoda, and, I can see a guy with a carton from the takeout place trying to... My parents would be arrested today. Arrested.
Mine too.
Raising us just the way everybody did.
My aunt used to send me with a letter to the store to get some cigarettes.
Honestly, my dick is like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. They're gonna get out, okay? Sometimes I'm in a restaurant, I see across the way, there's a table and a couple sitting across from each other, and they're not speaking, and I know they're married, and they're not mad at each other. They just ran out of conversation in 2006.
Whoa.
And every once in a while, one of them will burble up some, I see the school is getting a new coat of paint. I just want to walk over and place a revolver down on the table and say, if either one of you wants to use this on yourself or each other, everyone here will understand completely. There'll be no judgment. I don't know if you saw this, didn't get a lot of coverage, but a couple of years ago, Johnny Depp got divorced.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
I mean, I may not be a Johnny Depp, but no girl ever shit in my bed, okay? I want you to get a new bed. Why? You've had other girls in that bed.
Oh, my God.
I said, you've had other men in your vagina. Are we going to get a new one of those? If you're something different, again, we applaud this progress. We love it. Facebook has 56 gender categories. I'm happy for all of you. I'm sorry. Girls like dick. They just do. See? How do I know this? Because they're willing to put up with men to get some. That's how I know this.
Both ways. Works both ways.
Did you see The Shape of Water? Won the big Oscar a few years ago.
Oh, weird-ass movie.
She fucks a fish.
Yeah.
But a nice fish. That's the message of all these movies. That's how bad it is out there. Just be nice to her and you can get laid as a fish. King Kong is a gentleman. He could kill her. He's got her in his hand. He could squeeze her to death. No, he takes her to a nice restaurant on the top of the Empire State Building. It's very romantic. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is not a great-looking guy. He gets laid because he writes her poetry. He doesn't send a dick pic. I think they're going to get laid with just, what's up, eggplant. I mean, God.
None of the guys are clapping.
I know, it's a fucking nightmare, but you got to do it.
There you go.
You got to do it. Most recent, anyway, James Bond movie. Anybody see this? Oh, my God.
No.
James Bond. He literally takes his girlfriend and her kid on his mission to save the world.
Yeah.
He practically stops off at Target to buy tampons. James Bond always fucks 3 hot chicks in every movie. He fucks the son, and he fucks the super hot British agent he's working with, who's always like prim and proper. And Mr. Bond, I know your reputation. Don't think you're going to cut to every time. Thank you, Miss Hot Pussy.
Sean Connery.
All right, I think we did good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo.
I love this city. I love playing here. You've always been great to me. Thank you, Chicago. And I'll see you next week on Real Time. Thank you very much.
Yeah.